staying with us. Now some national updates. Legendary singer and music composer Bhupen Hazarika, who was critically ill for a long time, died in Mumbai today. He was 85. Dr. Hazarika was on dialysis after both his kidneys failed. His health deteriorated by mid-October after he developed pneumonia and had to undergo a minor surgery in which doctors inserted a food pipe into his system. The 86-year-old Padma Bhushan winner was undergoing treatment at the hospital since June this year after he complained of breathlessness. A multifaceted personality, he was a poet, journalist, singer, lyricist, musician, filmmaker and a writer, and condolences from the industry have been pouring in ever since the news broke. The Jammu and Kashmir government has convened a crucial meeting of the Unified Command on the 9th of November to discuss the controversial issue of withdrawing the contentious Armed Forces Special Powers Act, or AFSPA, from parts of the state. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah had unilaterally announced what he calls his intention to remove the provisions of the act, taking the army completely by surprise. After a raging behind-the-scenes debate on the efficacy of such a decision, two compromise formulae have evolved, and these would be discussed at the Unified Command meeting before a final decision is taken. Staying with national news, there's trouble brewing for the government once again from Team Anna, and this time it's not on the issue of the Lokpal Bill, but the Judges' Accountability Bill. NDTV has learnt the government has agreed to some of the recommendations of the Parliamentary Standing Committee, but has refused to concede to Team Anna's demand of including judicial corruption.
Already under pressure from Team Anna over the Lokpal Bill, the government now seems in for fresh trouble. It has accepted some recommendations of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Judges' Accountability Bill, but has refused to concede to Team Anna's demand for including judicial corruption. If the government has its way, comments from the judges in the courtrooms attacking government and constitutional authorities will have to be tempered. Judges won't be allowed to enter into a public debate or express their views in open courts. They also can't have close proximity to the bar. The probe against errant judges will be in camera, and the government is against inclusion of MPs in the panel that will probe corruption allegations against judges. Team Anna is not amused.
Stop judges from making comments on matters on authorities whose conduct is coming up before them for scrutiny. I mean, it's an absurd provision, but quite apart from that, I feel that it's a useless bill. It's not going to do anything, and then it does not deal with criminal investigation of judges at all.
Taking Team Anna's concerns about judges judging judges, the Standing Committee had suggested that one MP from each house be included in the panel that will probe judicial corruption.
Insist on making a spectacle of a sitting judge, because you cannot destroy the institution just in order to salve your own conscience about something having gone wrong. I think, as I said, there will be an appropriate balance. Independence must not be compromised.
The government has also diluted penalty on frivolous complaints from the earlier 5 lakh fine and a 5-year jail term. The government is okay with a 1 lakh fine and a 3 months in jail. The Law Ministry is moving a cabinet note and hopes to get the bill passed in the winter session. But with Team Anna back to its earlier demand of bringing high judiciary under the Lokpal, the road ahead may not be smooth for the government. Team Anna calls the Judicial Accountability Bill useless, but the government thinks otherwise. The final answer is now for Parliament, of course, after the Cabinet approves the bill. In New Delhi, Sunil Prabhu, NDTV.
A senior IPS officer in Uttar Pradesh has lashed out at Chief Minister Mayawati. He has accused her of being corrupt. The officer vented his anger before the media and fears that he will be targeted for speaking out against the government.
Unprecedented even by Uttar Pradesh standards. An IPS officer of 19 years seniority sitting in his office and criticizing the state government in front of cameras. Mishra claims he fears for his life as he opposed corruption in the procurement process in the prison department. While the fellow officers say Mishra's defiance is sign of frustration in the UP police, the Mayawati regime, known for its intolerance in such cases, says it violates service rules. This was indicated in the manner and reason Mishra was whisked away by Lucknow's top cop.
सबकी बात से ये लगा कि वो मानसिक कुछ संतुलन का ठीक नहीं चल रहा है तो इस स्थिति में यहाँ सिविल हॉस्पिटल से डॉक्टर को बुलाया गया, फिर डॉक्टर ने सलाह दी कि उनको हॉस्पिटल लेके भर्ती कराएं, इसलिए हम लोगों ने उनको हॉस्पिटल में भेजा है।
Mishra might be in trouble, but his outburst is bound to be fodder for Mayawati's political opponents in poll-bound Uttar Pradesh. With camera person Ramesh Verma and Anand Zanane in Lucknow, Sanjukta Kar for NDTV.
You're watching News Tonight. Up ahead on the bulletin, it's a banking cum medical help by a nationalized bank at your doorstep. Watch all of it when we come back.